Hey everyone.
Hi, welcome.
Welcome to Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Hey.
And
we got a
guess what?
surprise for the show today.
It's time for Beach Banshee Bingo!
No. This was dropped at our doorstep from a friend of ours, Mara, and her better half, Fig, or vice versa. And basically, they go to a lot of yard sales and stuff, and they came across this bingo kind of thing, but there's actually fortune-telling balls in here.
Want to take a spin, Banshee?
I'm going to take a spin and try it out.
All right.
And basically, I'm going to ask, let's see, did I make a good decision today sharing my personal story with everyone on Twitter? And the ball pops out, and I grab it, and it's B10. No, it's...
For a minute, I thought you were not kidding us.
It says, oh, I should put it up here. It's so small. It says, can you see it good there, Mr. O?
Uh-huh.
It says, whatever.
Whatever.
So this is an awesome tool. I think, we could all benefit by this. So I'll leave it out here if anybody has a quick question for it later. And maybe it'll keep the cats from interrupting our stream.
Well, you never know with that, right? Hi, everybody. I see we have some other people who showed up. Welcome, everybody.
So welcome to everybody. And I collect silly little tools like this. I have a bunch of stuff. So, I'll probably be doing some more videos we're planning on, since I'll have more time on my hands as I announced my retirement
Congratulations.
from work. Thank you. And that won't be till the end of the year, but, the end is in sight now.
Well, there you go. So,
and there I go. I have a deck here, and I'm doing a card for the collective first. Hello to everybody here today. Thanks for joining us. Why, thank you, Alma. There's a whole huge story behind the whole thing, but I'm not going to get into it now. I'm just really grateful I'm able to announce it today, finally.
Yeah, so if you're on Twitter, you can check that out. Yep. At TFT Tarot #4 today on Twitter. Banshee mostly handles that, but once in a while I check in and say something pithy or poignant.
This is my bird signs deck, and it's written by Gigi Carbone and artwork by Mary Ruzicka. I figured I'd bring out the birds one more time before we start going into the fall season, and maybe I'd bring out trees or some other kind of tools. All right. Mr. O, you are going to pull one, and this can be read upright or reverse.
And this is the collective thought for the day?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Oh, he's got two.
Do I?
Uh-oh.
No, I do.
I think you do.
What does that mean?
It means you're going to make me read two. Well, oh no, there's three.
Well, we can't do that.
Well, what I'm going to do is, I don't know, this sounds like my day in a way. Here we have the quail, and the quail is about trust. And actually, they were all upright, so that's even better. We have the feather, and the feather is about enlightenment and dreams. So maybe just in a generic sense, everybody, and in the fall, the veil starts to thin and we start getting some more meaningful, possibly dreams. So I think what this is saying is to trust your dreams to give you enlightenment.
Works for me.
It works for me since he pulled three.
Hi, Irish. I see you
Irish.
there. All right.
Get you on the list. I see Libra too. Okay, Libra was first, I believe. Yeah.
So I'm going to mention the cards I'm using today. I'm using from my decks the Navigator Tarot of the Mystic Sea, and that one is called Inversion, but it's actually the Hanged Man. And then from the the Night Sun Tarot, beautiful, lovely tarot, very detailed. This one is the World. And then from the Nefertari's Tarot, favorite on the show, this golden edged one, and that's the Magician. How about you, Banch?
How about me? Well, I like to shake things up a little bit here, but I am using again, just because we are getting to fall, maybe. I'm using the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake with beautiful artwork by Elizabeth Alba. And I also have the other deck I used last time, which I still can't get enough of. Whoopsie. The Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. It's a 7 of Wands there. Beautiful, beautiful cards. And just for a little bit of fun, and hey, because I'm going into retirement mode, how about the Golden Girls Tarot?
Yes, why not?
So we're going to throw that into the mix as well.
So you want to go over the list?
Oh, and of course my Lenormand will be the Ciro Marchetti Gilded Lenormand Expanded Edition. Okay, I am going to go over the list. We have Bonita, Aaliyah, Acel, Angel Mary, 36 Lavender, Merwin. Did I get that right? I hope so. The Merwin, Alma, Violet Ann, Scott, Levi, Libra, and Irish. And I think that's the list for now.
All right.
Anything
that
you need to add?
No, except that my show, The Emotional Exchanges, will be on tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And there's a rumor that it might be a premiere and that maybe somebody might be joining me.
I'm off work tomorrow.
So yeah, maybe we'll make that into a premiere, and you can catch us in our chat room, The Banshee and Me, at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. And that's the complete rundown on next week's emotional energies and how it might affect your relationships or your other situations. I've recently revised the reading, so I hope you enjoy it.
And just because we're going to do a 1-hour live stream on Saturday morning about 11 to 12, I think, Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to try to get a notice on Twitter and Facebook so that people can come and chat with us live. And we'll take some questions. We're also going to talk about future plans now that our business is getting set up. And, with my retirement looming in the not so distant future, I'm sure we're going to be doing more videos and programming. And we want to hear from you and what you'd like to see from us. Plus, there might be a giveaway that day.
That's on our Saturday show? Mm-hmm. So, yes, there'll be notices on that. Join us Saturday. That's going to be at 10 a.m. or 11?
No, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't want to make it too early. Have everybody sleep in and enjoy their Saturday morning. Hey, Angel.
Hi, Angel Rivera.
Oh, dear. Sorry about that. So the notification was weird?
Okay. All right, so Benita, you're up, Benita.
You are up, Benita, and then after Benita's Aaliyah, and Aaliyah won a free reading from us recently, and I hope you are a very happy customer, Aaliyah. So Benita, Aaliyah, Acel, Angel Mary, 36 Lavender, Merwin, Alma, Violet Ann, Scott, Levi, Libra, Cusp, Irish, Capricorn, and Angel Rivera. Yeah, other people say that too. And I often feel too, I've been signing up for notifications from a lot of pages lately, and I'm not sure I'm getting them all the time either, to be honest. So, because when I see some videos, I'm kind of like, when were those released? How'd I miss that one? So, I don't know.
So I'm going to start this one for Benita with my Navigator Tarot.
Okay.
The one that occasionally drives us crazy because sometimes we can't figure out exactly what that card is. It's so different looking from the standard deck.
So, Angel, we started the show with this silly thing. Maybe we'll show it again. We have this, it looks like a bingo ball machine, but inside of it are balls with yes, no kind of replies. Oh, there, he's going to show it.
I called it the Beach Banshee Bingo.
A friend of ours brought it to me. They got it at a yard sale. They left it on my doorstep today. They know what I like. crazy stuff.
Okay, so what can Benita look forward to next month?
Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you, 36 Lavender, and thanks for joining us. And you could subscribe and get notifications, maybe, like Angel.
Yes, please like and subscribe and leave comments if you wish. We would appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, I'm good to go, Mr. O. So what is expected in September?
I do too, Angel. All right.
Okay.
Oh, my.
Yeah, it's interesting. You have 2 pages. You have the Page of Swords, and it's reversed.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the Page of Wands upright. And then you have the Hermit reversed.
Oh, my.
Well, what do you think, Mr. O?
Well, messages got you coming and going. Some things for this month will really be touch and go because it seems like there's maybe a little bit of some skill issues, keeping your balance kind of. Some of this may involve that you're going to feel a little insecure in a situation maybe. It might be related to work or your general path, but you're just going to feel like clumsy for some reason with that. But the news is coming, though, is good for this month, and I don't know if it means that maybe you're kind of moving out of a period of isolation. The Hermit, of course, would typically stand for, being in solitude. So I'm wondering if maybe that page is giving you the news that at some point you're going to have a better life. It's going to be more like it was before. And I don't really know where you're at now, but I assume that most of us still are waiting to get a full life back.
I think. But, okay, I like everything you've said there, and I'm just going to add some other things, Benita, for the month. I look at the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands here, but then I see that Hermit reversed. And somehow I feel that Hermit really ties into the Page of Swords because well, and the Page of Wands, they all tie in. The way I look at it is here, you want to make a move on something, but and so you're going to make a decision. There's a potential here for making a decision, but it's possible you're not taking the time necessary to review all the facts you need to review. So in other words, you could make a hasty decision that you might regret later. So keep that in mind, because when I look at the Page of Wands upright, this is somebody who's ready to move, ready for action, ready to get going, sometimes a little bit headstrong, and so just not thinking about maybe taking some steps first before they make that big move.
And it's always interesting because a lot of times we get these cards that are the 2 pages, the 2 sevens, the 2 nines, and then we sort of see them framing the other card as balancing issues or aspects of that. So I can kind of see what you're saying there. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go with what pops in the old head. Or third eye, as the case may be. We're doing a Lenormand quick for you.
Lenormand. And for those who are new here, that's another oracle method that Banshee's pretty good at, and I'm learning.
And this is the extended version. There's extra cards in this version. So we have the Star card, which is in the traditional deck. And then we have something called the Wishing Well, which is in, his expanded version. And so basically, I think for you, there's good things that could happen if you do dive deep and dig deep into finding some answers, some solutions to problems maybe. The well can mean a lot of different things. It can mean good health, so I think that certainly things will be going smoothly for you there. But it also has to do with looking within or looking deep, taking a deep journey of some sort in order to regain hope or confidence again.
The thing I really get from these guys here is that it's talking about opportunity, because the well itself is that idea that you're going down in there and maybe something's going to come back up that's an opportunity, but you have that sunlight behind you. So I think that tells you that this is a chance you want to take. And the star itself is always a sign of inspiration. So I'm feeling that these energies that we've been talking about, the matters that are coming and going, and the possibility of reassessing your view on life and what you want to do are really going to be a big part of the next month. But mostly it's going to be inspiring, and you're going to feel like you have that opportunity to do something.
And that's what we have for you, Benita, for September. Good luck. I hope it works out. Just slow down and think before you move, is my advice. And you want your deck.
Yes.
All right. So we have Aaliyah is up next.
All right.
Angel Mary, okay. Put your question in there and I'll write it down.
Thank you, Benita. I think Angel Mary's actually the third one, maybe, or fourth one. So, yeah, we can do that. That's fine.
We can do that, Angel Mary, if you have to go. You are, like, after Aaliyah, there's only one other person in front of you, just to let you know.
Right. We'll just clearly state it's your reading, so when you look back at it, you should be able to find it, hopefully. Yes, Estelle, you are on the list, and here's Aaliyah's question.
Yeah, you're right after Aaliyah, Estelle.
Oh.
Okay.
You going to do your deck? Or should we stick with
I
mine?
am going to do with my deck, yes.
Okay.
Let me grab...
And thank you for the question.
We'll just start with the Golden Girls right here. Such a cute little whimsical deck.
Also on Sundays, Banshee's program, The Material Matters, which is kind of like the tarot guide for business, education, and finance, is also pre-recorded but premiered live Sundays 10 a.m. And we're usually in the chat room, and that one gets a little lively. Several people have been joining us lately, so we have a little bit of fun. Sip our coffee.
Bring your coffee or tea and come sit and chat and listen to the elemental signs of the zodiac. Get readings for the week ahead.
Thank you, Aaliyah.
On business and finance. Oh, thanks, Aaliyah.
And we like doing it too.
We enjoyed doing it. We had a little fun there. But
And the readings that we've been giving away as giveaways during our live stream, those are meant to possibly see what the feedback's like and whether or not those will be readings we actually offer when we're going more professional.
Oh, you need to shuffle.
Yes, I do.
Sorry.
And that was a general 8-card Lenormand.
Okay, so Okay, I have your question down, Angel Mary. I'll write it down.
This blue almost matches my shirt.
All right. Okay. Well, we have the 4 of Cups and it's reversed. We have the 3 of Swords and it's reversed. And we have the 2 of Swords and it is reversed. Well, you know, in reference to your question, I think she cares, but, well, I think she cares, but I think that she feels you're already on the mend or something. She doesn't maybe realize the longer term implications of what she's done.
I think that for a while there, she might have been considering some of the other ideas that were out there. Maybe there were other people who said, no, it's not exactly like that, or maybe there were some different opinions there. But she eventually does decide that she understands you. It's just that it took her maybe longer to come to that, is what I'm thinking. Is she really had to think about that for a while before she decided that.
You know, and looking at the 2 of Swords reversed, I would like to think that there is some feeling of uncomfortability on her part. She knows that some balance has been upset. But now, I wonder, is this the person that is actually with that? Is this the...
That was Roger and Megan, I think.
Okay, so
we're
this
getting
is
to know
somebody
your
else.
people.
Oh my gosh. Well, at any rate, I think that she is just
She's
not
possibly
thinking, you know, maybe is more thinking of the other person than you, is what I'm thinking.
She's thinking more of the other person? Is
Yeah,
that what you're saying?
Yeah, because the trauma with Lewis. Okay, well, I never took trauma with Lewis seriously. Well, I'm just thinking that she's not thinking as much of your hurt in this situation. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
It could be,
and that's why she thinks you are healing and on the mend. Go ahead.
It could be one of those things where sometimes some people think that people need to just get over it and move on, and maybe
that's what I'm getting from
well,
this.
I get that from both of these because this is sort of like moving ahead too. This is moving in a new direction. And maybe it's trying to say like that was the past, you know.
Right.
And maybe it's easier for your friend to compartmentalize that a little bit. I don't feel that there's a real malice there, but maybe she's grappling with how to express herself because she did take longer to kind of see how she felt about it. She had to come to this idea.
In my mind, it may just be unconscious. She just feels maybe that you have moved on, or that you should move on, and maybe that's why she's not taking it seriously. But that doesn't mean she's right or wrong here. It's just that I feel that it might be really kind of unconscious on her part. She's not meaning you any harm per se, or she doesn't really realize how badly you may feel.
Anybody new that joined us in the chat, we'll add you to the list, and we're going to say what that list is after this reading that we're on now. So just hold on to your question, and we'll call for you. It may take a while.
Okay, let's see. Oh. So, it's kind of clear to me. The first card I drew was the snake. And then confusion. So I do see that you are feeling that maybe there might be something duplicitous going on here. You're very confused about it and you're trying to sort it out. Getting these cards together does give me maybe a little bit of pause in how I was looking at this other one. But I feel that I still feel that some of this is not so much malicious. It's being confused for being malicious. That's kind of what I'm feeling here.
I'm just going to go with that because I sort of agree with that. Not really wanting to see, or I don't really feel any other correspondence there. That it just may be one of these things where it's really going to take a little more time to work out.
What I would say, Aaliyah, is, you got to think about people who, don't really either believe your feelings or are there for you. That's just something you're going to have to sort out later. I sense this person just may not get the seriousness of the situation for whatever reason. I get that a little bit too.
I don't feel that they're malicious, but that maybe they're the ones that are confused because they're not totally grokking everything, as we used to say.
Yeah.
And thanks, 36, for that compliment. That was nice.
So that's what I've got on that. Good luck with that, Aaliyah. And we're going to move on. And I noticed we got somebody named Lily. And I will add you to the list, and I'll read the list in just a minute. It's going to be a little long, but we're here for another hour and a half. So we have a cell. You are up right now.
Yeah, they've wrote their question.
Okay, and then Angel Mary, 36 Lavender, Merwin, Alma, Violet Ann, Scott, Levi, Levy, Libra, Irish, Angel R, and Lily. I'm so bad with names. Anyway.
Okay, so Acel wants a career reading. Will Gunnar give me a job tomorrow? Thank you.
Do you want to do one of your readings?
Yes or no, perhaps. Yeah, let's use my Night Sun Tarot.
Well, I think we should do a yes/no first. We should see what's
and then we can see what else happens.
Yeah. Well, let's try these balls out again. I have another question. Okay.
You already have the answer.
My question was, and I'm not looking at the ball yet, is, will I win any money in the lottery tonight? Or have I already? Because I think the lottery's been called. Wait a minute. What kind of answer is that? And I pulled the same one. Whatever. Sigh.
I think we kind of know. Alrighty.
This has been a kind of lucky time, Mr. O, in some ways.
It has. That's true. I can't deny that you haven't been a little lucky. You and your lottery. And we want to thank some people who should know who they are, whether they're here or not tonight, who've been very wonderful with some of the communications we've been having from them, especially about Banshee's announcement on Twitter today. And just words of encouragement for us as we're moving forward into trying to get our business together here. We're a little slow or organic, you know, the old hippie thing maybe. So, but
and don't forget, we're always here to do some readings free on our live streams.
You're right. No matter what happens with our business development, we're going to keep the live stream hours. Why not? We have fun here.
All right. Wow.
Wow.
Wait, this is a yes, no, and that's
Yes.
right. Oh my gosh. And that's what again? Is that the 4?
4.
Okay, wow. Well, it's leaning towards yes. So
Yeah.
I don't know why we have the 4 of Cups here, which is kind of a card of, I guess it's up to you now. You know, are you going to accept this position? Do you want this position? You're going to be kind of taking a step back and thinking about some things now. Maybe it'll have something to do with the offer. But I mean, it looks positive. And maybe actually what this card might mean is you might be able to step back now and breathe a sigh of relief.
It definitely looks like it's close to yes. And you know, Sal, I know you've been excited about some of the changes going on in your life and you're moving ahead. So you simply have to let us know if you are offered a job tomorrow. I don't want to wait till Sunday necessarily. So maybe you could leave us a note at our Facebook page or on Twitter or wherever. But to me, the 4 of Cups, it also sounds like an arrangement. Like this is a person who's arranging or in position here. And that's a mode to take the contemplation of a job offer seriously or not. So I like it and good luck to you. I hope you make the right decision.
We have like the Ace of Pentacles came up here, and that came up on the first card. And then 2 cards in, I got the Ace of Swords. So I really think that it is leaning towards a pretty strong yes, and I hope we're right about this. We'll do the Lenormand and see what that has to say.
And thanks, Violet Ann.
Yes,
Good luck
thank
to
you,
you too,
Violet
of
Ann. I
course.
saw that. I just get around to thanking you. Hey, it is what it is, you know, and I just like the fact that, you know, I've been in the information business one way or another most of my life, so it's just an extension of that.
And we're doing some artistic projects to redesign a little bit of the look of our channel's profile page or stuff like that. So we're really excited about some of the things that we'll have more time to work on. What do you got?
Well, I don't know. This could be you. This could be somebody around you. But I'm just going to assume, whether it's man or woman, that it's you. It's the significator. And there's change. There's some big change coming, and it's very positive. Something new. Something that could be very good and exciting.
Well,
a
right,
birth of something new, like a job.
Possibly more in the Western mythologies. I think the stork is the idea of, you know, a birth, you know, coming or something like that. But I think that probably has even an older connection. And then there's also the idea, I think, too, that the stork is proud because it's bringing something. I mean, it's just crowing there. So I think it's just really a really cool achievement, I guess.
So keep us posted, Asal. Keeping
right.
my fingers crossed. Good luck
luck.
to you. And hey, Angel Mary, you are up. So
And
you
we had
gave
that
us your
question,
reading.
so let's go back.
What's
Who's
coming to me in September?
Alrighty, so this one's for Angel Mary.
Yes.
And I'll grab my Nefertari.
Okay. And I will get out my light seers for the next one. All right.
Thanks, 36. I see that little graphic there. Aww.
So let's see. Did I go through the whole list?
I think so.
Angel Mary, 36 Lavender, Merwin, Alma, Violet Ann, Scott, Levi, Libra, Irish, Angel, Rivera, and Lily. Okay. Oh, you are still here. Okay, cool, Angel Mary. This is for you.
Here we go. And you're welcome, Estelle.
Oh, love to you as well. All right.
You know, it's kind of funny. Last Thursday night was a little slow, and this night's not exactly that slow.
Yeah, no. Seems a little busier, Mr. O. So we've got the King of Cups, and the King is reversed. We also have the Two of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Six of Pentacles also reversed. So, I could go so many ways with one of these cards. So basically, I think, you know, you're going to be grappling with some difficulties in your material financial life in September, Angel Mary. You know, I don't know if you're between jobs right now or if just money is going to be tight. But the King reverse kind of indicates to me that, you know, it's going to really, it's going to bother you a lot. And, you know, to the point where you might just allow your emotions to get the best of you so that you don't really find a solution on how to balance things. Balance is the key, you know, don't spend more than what you have. Don't, you know, try to keep everything in balance.
Well, I'm wondering if either there's another person, you know, like in your environment, or maybe it's a part of yourself, and that maybe they're just occasionally unkind, like they just always kind of taunt you, maybe in a minor way. Maybe it seems kidding, but maybe there's an edge undertoned or something you get from that underneath there. And so there's a little bit of cruelty or unkindness maybe with somebody in and around your environment. And I think it leads, you know, to that sense of, you know, looking at your problems and feeling a little bit beleaguered by them, a little bit, you know, out of balance, out of connected. But in another way, I also feel too that maybe some of that is a challenge to you, because inside you know you're that better person of heart. And so you want to take that kind of cruelty and kind of turn it around and just exemplify being a better person. With the Six of Pentacles, of course, it does look to me like, you know, there's this idea here that maybe there's some financial neediness happening, or will happen in that month, or that maybe you might feel you're going to feel that from others.
I think you might be feeling a little bit of the pinch. I'm looking at this as maybe instead of you know, spending or giving of yourself more, you're going to be kind of pulling back a little bit in September. And, you know, or you should. Maybe it's saying you should, because there is this imbalance happening. It's like, that's kind of what I'm looking at.
Yeah. So it's a little unsettled, but it sort of looks like you're just dealing with some of your physical problems from the emotional end, in the sense that maybe you're feeling a little thinner skin right now, or maybe you're going to try to be overcoming the thin skin feel that you feel from people's comments or suggestions. You know, everybody always says, oh, you can do better. Why aren't you doing better? You know, blah, blah, blah. It might be a little bit like that. And Scott, I see that we're not quite up to you yet. So
I wrote down the question though, Scott, so I will have it when it's your turn.
Good to see you here. I know you're on my Facebook page too,
Yeah.
So that's neat.
There's about 4 people, I think, in front of you. But we're getting there. We're getting there. So, okay, so I have the rope here, or the whip, and then there's the clock, time. So it seems like, you know, there's an interesting analogy here, because the whip is about something sudden and fast, and then you have the clock. So, you know, there may be something that happens in the not too distant future, you know, really soon, that is going to be affecting you for the month as far as all of this goes. I think it's going to happen soon.
Yeah, I just feel like it just sort of cracks. It just happens.
It's going to be sudden.
But my feeling is that it just also means that its passage is going to be quick too. Like you're just going to kind of go through some of this quick, and hopefully at the other end of it come out a little bit better. Time can heal all wounds, as they say.
Good one, Mr. O.
Why, thank you. So that's what we got for you, Angel.
I hope that helps. And 36 Lavender, you are up. And after them is Merwin, Alma, Violet Ann, and then Scott, Levi, Libra, Irish, Angel Rivera, and Lily.
Sounds like we got a plan here.
So do you have a question for my little ball?
Yes. How will things go for TFT as we're working on some of our business stuff?
Well, I think it's more like a yes/no, but
Oh, okay.
we'll see.
Are there any business concerns that we should be aware of that we haven't taken care of yet?
Oh, you are so going to like this answer. I saw it
I don't
falling.
know. Not with you, Banshee.
Duh.
Yes, there's always something left undone with us.
Isn't there the truth?
You're welcome, Angel.
Knew you would have appreciated
And
that.
who are we waiting on? 36?
We are waiting for Lavender, 36 Lavender.
I'm going to type them in and we'll give them a moment.
And it's Orpita is their name. And they are a Pisces.
Oh, you got their question already?
Well, no.
They said something earlier.
Yeah, they typed that in earlier. I don't know if they ever typed in their question.
Oh, let's look.
Not that I can tell. We'll give
I see,
36
yeah.
just another minute or two because they were hanging with us. There you are. Okay. Okay. We can do that. So let's say we'll do for the upcoming month, September.
No, that's fine.
That's okay. It's going to be kind of just like a general reading.
Mm-hmm. And we're thinking probably we did a series of Brexit predictions last year, early this year. And some of those were really very accurate. A lot of them really were. We try to be really objective about it. We're not trying to ask for really specific things, but we think we got a good general sense of where some of the questions went.
Well, we like to test the tarot on things sometimes. Test our skills. We predicted the Super Bowl winners last year. I still laugh about that one.
But likewise, we also addressed the coronavirus with two or three videos. And we're actually thinking, it's been a few months now. I think the last one was in May. And the landscape is really different. So we're actually wondering if we should actually talk about that again and do another reading on that.
So check out our videos when they do come out. We've been promising soul stories for a while now, a couple more.
Can you explain what the soul stories concept is?
The soul stories are basically stories about signs, synchronicities. Let me just get them. Signs, synchronicities, things in our lives that are very unusual events or occurrences. They have a paranormal or a spiritual feel to them that either I or now Mr. O claims he has a few he wants to share. We share them so that you can think about those serendipitous moments that you might have in your life that may have changed your life forever.
And you've had about 5 or 6 of them, and they've been very interesting because they talked a lot about the interesting relationship you had with your mother and your aunts, who were also psychic and card readers in their own ways. You've had some other ones about other experiences you've had, which were unique. And I see your question there, Angel, and yes, we have actually talked about that, whether or not we might
We've been debating this. I kind of did my own, but I really think it was very preliminary, and I definitely want to try something. But it's tricky, It's such a hostile climate out there right now, but I'm willing to give it a shot. The 3 of Pentacles reversed is one card. The next card is the Queen of Cups upright. And the King of Swords upright. So are you by chance, 36, are you in a relationship right now? I'm just curious.
I felt this too.
Yeah.
And I also get the feeling too, like maybe there's somebody who is a student or has recently been a student or would like to go back and be a student, but maybe there's some issues about that. You know, of course, there could be a lot of issues these days. Nope. Well, maybe something's happening, though. Maybe something will be happening.
Well, I see two people. You know, this could be somebody else that you are dealing with, and it just seems as though it even could be a work-related issue because we have the Three of Pentacles there. So work or school related, where somebody may be judging the other so far as the kind of work that they're doing.
Right, so it may just be that if it's not really a possibility of a romantic attraction or
your student, okay.
I
didn't see
felt
that
the student
part.
thing, but I'm just wondering if maybe there is somebody who is maybe interested in you because they might know you as a student. Maybe they haven't been able to talk about that, but I just sort of feel a level of interest there. I don't know that it necessarily pertains to anything else. It just could be somebody who's a friend right now, and maybe that might develop. I don't know.
Well, I feel this is going to have something to do with your work, whether they're going to try to guide you into something that will help you improve, in some area of
like
your
maybe
studies.
a mentor?
It could be. It could very well be a mentor.
Or someone who can play that role. This is the part where we're really cute, right?
He's not exactly taking the words out of my mouth, but no, I can agree with him on that. I see that, but I also see here that some work or something may need improvement, or you have to maybe there'll be some project you're working on that somebody is going to be very big beneficial help to you. I sense this has something to do with your studies or work, and you said you're a student, so I think that's probably what I'm looking at here.
So let's pull a letter
and
one.
I assume you're back at school or at least studying remotely. I know that this is a very difficult time for students right now, as well as instructors, as they try to, adapt to the COVID environment. And let's see what we have here.
The key.
We have the key, and that came first, and then the snake. So I think what you really have to do is clear up any maybe misconceptions or perceptions that somebody may have about your work. There may be something that they're questioning about what you're doing, or maybe what you want to do, and you need to kind of clear the air and make sure they really understand what they're trying to do.
Right. It may be that they don't have something that they need to understand. They don't have the key, and you're the one who's going to provide the key. That maybe it's not really necessarily that they have a malicious idea here, but they just don't have some of the information that they might want to need. It's a curiosity.
Well, and when I look at that, of course, you see the snake, and it's almost like the Garden of Eden. You have the apples of knowledge there. And so I sense that, the key is to work with this person. They may be able to help you set a course for, a successful completion of some project. So I don't know where you are along with your studies, but, some students have a lot of long-term projects that they have to do. Some might take the semester to complete them. Some are working on theses and dissertations and that, and so they work closely with their advisors or with their professors on that.
Well, the ultimate thing about psychology maybe is this idea that we allow ourselves to think about the forbidden fruits that we're tempted to eat. Look at this snake with the apples there. But it's kind of funny you mentioned that, because when I looked at this card before and I said I thought of student or possibly, possibly work, but I thought of student. I also thought that maybe you were involved or wanted to be involved or should be involved in something artistic. That I felt like an artist thing about you. And I don't know if that's true or not, but since you've indicated that you don't feel as happy anymore, I'm wondering if that's a clue for you to maybe consider that. Sword cards in general really are the air temperament. So it could be that that is intellectual a little bit, but it's also about precision work.
Yeah.
Analytical precision work, and I could see that figuring into some art disciplines. So,
well, there's a number of ways I could read that if we were looking at jobs, but I do think it definitely relates to you now as a student. And so you're saying you're not really enjoying it anymore, and perhaps that may be why you're not that focused on your work. And so that somebody could help refocus you is a possibility here.
at least get you through the semester or something.
So that's what it looks like, at least for what's upcoming, 36 Lavender. I hope that made some sense to you.
All right.
And I wish you luck with that.
Good luck.
And thanks for joining us today. And Merwin, I saw your question there, and I'm going to DM you about something in a little bit, Merwin, once we're done with the live stream. Just warning you. So expect that from me. I have something to tell you. Speaking of birthdays.
You're welcome.
So Merwin is up, and then Alma, Violet Ann, Scott, Levi, Libra, Irish, Angel Rivera, and Lily. So, Merwin, questions there. Okay.
What do you think? Yes or no with follow-up?
Well, yes or no with maybe follow-up. Yes. Let's see what we get.
I brought my mermaids.
Oh, I'm already shuffling.
It's okay because I didn't say I had them here, but I brought them.
Are you crossing the streams here?
I'm being a provocateur.
Oh, geez.
A merman provocateur. And for those who may not know, I have a deck called the Mermaid Tarot. And I've been using it because there's a really gentle and somewhat sensual quality to them. I mean, even the cards that are supposed to be bad, they look like pretty mermaids. So I've been using it more for our relationship questions that we get here, which is kind of fun.
Well, this doesn't really answer my question.
No.
I asked if you're using the Mermaid Tarot too much, and it said, why bother? So I don't know if that means why bother using the Mermaid Tarot,
that,
or
Banshee.
why bother asking?
Take that any way you want.
Well,
Oh,
I'm not for certain about this. It's leaning towards yes.
it is.
But then I have the Six of Pentacles, and it's reversed. You know, the one thing is, I think this person is very selfish-oriented or self-oriented. Maybe there's just a little bit of ego stuff involved or something, because they seem to be really focused on themselves. So if they can get beyond that, I think it's it's leaning towards yes.
You shouldn't have told me it was a Taurus. They're always, well, no, they're not always, but my brother is.
So
Sorry if you're out there, bro. But Tauruses really care a lot about how they feel about things, and so it's not that they're not generous or that they're selfish. It's just that they also has to be a component about how it makes them feel. So if it makes them feel good to do that, then the answer is probably yes. And so I'm not saying that means it's a bad feeling. I'm just saying that they could give a little more.
So it's hard, so well, I don't like congratulating myself on I'm just kind of up in the air about it. So it's leaning towards yes, but will it really happen? It just depends how much of themselves, or how much time they can give to you. And that's what it looks like here. But let me throw some
And I want to
Lenormand.
apologize if I seem a little cavalier about that. I don't know really about, your friendships or relationships. I don't know about anybody's really. I get a sense, and I want to make the show, a little bit funny. But we don't really know,
Well, my mother was a Taurus, but yeah, one of his brothers is a Taurus.
Well, And your mother and I had a curious relationship because we
Indeed.
figured out that we were literally exactly 6 months apart, give or take a day or so.
1 day.
You know, and that just depends too. Some months have shorter days, so it could have been literally exactly 6 months
All
apart.
right, that's
So
true.
I'm her opposite as a Scorpio, her mother. Yeah. Ah.
There's home. And the clover. Well, you know, I just think this means that, you know, there's luck with property or a home in some way, or there's luck around your home, or you just feel very fortunate to live where you live. You just feel like you are in the right place at the right time. Now, I don't know why this came up in regards to your question, other than maybe there could be a call or some wish to the home.
Right. I think it's mostly that because you really want that's going to be attracted to you, that your energy is going to pull that to you. So I think that's a good thing. I mean, I think these things also tell me too that this person has a happy heart when it comes to you, and that maybe they want luck to be around you even if they're not always able to be exactly with you.
Okay, Libra, I'm just about to do that. Okay. And that's what we have for you, Merwin. I hope that helps. But you know your birthday's coming, so we'll talk. All right, so hey, Alma, you are up, and after Alma is Violet Ann, Scott, Levi, and then Libra, Irish, Angel Rivera, and Lily.
So we're moving through the list pretty well, and we are...
Oh, that sounds nice, Merwin.
Only not quite an hour in, so it looks like we're going to do pretty well.
I think we're going to do pretty well. I'll take him at his word.
Oh, how nice. You're welcome. Okay, what will be happening?
Question.
What do you want me to do? My deck?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to use the Navigator Tarot again.
Okay.
And we have your question, Alma, so thank you.
Oh, awesome. I want to see it. Yeah, that sounds great. I don't know. We're rethinking things, you know, now that I'm going to be on fixed retirement income along with you know who here, although he's going to be working part-time, at least a few hours a week. Maybe we'll have to move into smaller quarters. We don't know. We're just surveying all of our options now. This thing coming up, this retirement as it has, is opening possibly a number of doors and maybe closing some others. One more. All right. Okay.
Okay, so what is happening between you and D?
What indeed? Okay. So we have the Eight of Swords here, and it's reversed. We have the Four of Swords, and that is upright. And we have the Knight of Wands, and that is reversed. So, you know, swords are kind of cards of contention sometimes, and you have two of them here. The Eight of Swords seems to... Well, first I think I want to start with the Four of Swords, actually. I'm wondering, is there some kind of a timeout or distance between you right now? Is there some break between the two of you? Not necessarily, you know, that you're fighting or anything, but you're apart for some reason?
Somebody may have been undergoing a health situation or a situation that kind of pulled them away. Of course, COVID has pulled everybody away. But in addition to Four of Swords, which says recuperation, somebody is healing or resting, there's the Eight of Swords reversed. And in this deck, the upright meaning is curtailment. So it's reversed. So it's meaning the curtailment
Freedom.
is ending, is freedom. And so I'm thinking that something has liberated somebody, but they need to still take some time and rest.
Yeah, they want to move too quickly and aggressively, and actually that may not be a good thing right now. They should,
Right. Normally they might...
Well, I want to look at the question again because I want to make sure I am answering the question.
Well, what I was going to say is that normally they're thinking...
Be happening. Okay.
They're thinking that they're moving in, and not moving in directly, but that they're moving towards you. But something is kind of holding them back, and I'm wondering if it's these other things here.
Well, this is a real, now that I'm looking at your question, I'm sorry about that, Alma. When I see these two cards here, there's kind of a push-pull going on here. On the one hand, there's somebody who wants to break free and make a move. And then on the other hand, there's this, no, I have to step back. I have to take a step back and, rethink this, or take a break from this. So it's kind of an interesting dynamic here, and then you couple that with the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is kind of a card of setbacks or a slowing down, I think, of things.
Well, it could also be positioning too, in the sense that normally the Knight of Wands is somebody who kind of journeys into your life, and they're setting themselves up to be your friend, trustworthy partner, and that kind of thing. And I'm thinking that when I look at the other cards, what it really looks like is he's sort of creating a holding pattern. Like this person is saying, like, well, I'm not exactly free yet. I'm working on the free stuff. So, but I want you to be available. So they sort of want to kind of put you in curtailment, maybe.
Well, so he's a crush. And so if you really haven't had a relationship with this person but want one, I would say that right now it looks as though, if I was answering the question that way, that may not occur. This person is obviously wanting to make a move and do something, but they're very undecided right now, or hesitant. They're kind of maybe stuck in their shell a little bit.
Right, and like I said, maybe there is a possibility that there's something health-wise or something that impedes their movement for some reason. I'm not sure exactly what that could be, but part of it tells me that maybe they have a health situation, but I can't feel exactly what that might be.
And I'm kind of thinking, when I look at the Knight of Wands reversed, what it's saying right now is that right now nothing is happening, and it's probably because of those reasons. Because that's sort of the Knight of Wands. It's like it's not happening.
It says affiliation. He wants to affiliate with you. He does, but right now his path seems to be blocked. So remain open to the possibility that it could change.
Well, so the first card I drew was the dog.
A loyal friend.
And then I've drawn the maze, which is, let's think about it, going around in circles in a maze, kind of lost in the maze. There is confusion. There is confusion about this person and, whether they want to become closer to you or a close companion or not. I kind of think you're kind of stuck in that still right now, Alma. I'm not sure it's going anywhere at the moment, according to the cards.
Right, that's what it seems like. So it may be that you'll just either be in a holding pattern until one or other of you come to that resolution, or something else will happen. Maybe either of you might move on, and it's okay to do that, without enough feedback.
Right. So, I mean, if this is just a crush, or if this is somebody you're communicating with, and you really think that, you want to pursue this further, keep those lines of communication flowing, but just don't expect any leaps and bounds at the moment, because it just doesn't seem like this person is ready to make a move yet. It's kind of interesting. Even though this person should be able
Thank you,
to.
Alma. I'm glad that was helpful.
Yeah. Well, you're very welcome. And Violet Ann, you are up. Welcome, Violet Ann. Good to see you here.
Hi.
And then we have Scott, Levi, Libra, Irish, Angel, Rivera, and Lily.
Yes, Lily, you're actually down the list there, so we're not going to get to you just yet. You'll have to hang on.
Blessings to you also, Alma. Thank you. Hey, Violet Ann. How's work looking for the next month? Well, let me pull out a deck. Okay.
Got it?
Yep.
All right.
All right, work.
And this is another night of no cats around.
Maybe they got intimidated with all the stuff we have on the table this time, Mr. O.
Some of the viewers who may have been here last week remember that about 20 minutes in, there was this crash, bang, bam. Lights went over, a camera went over, the computer got knocked around.
I don't want to think about it anymore.
And something was broke, but now it's been fixed, so it's better.
Yes, I used it today. As a matter of fact, I had a little shrine here set up to get me through my kind of stressful work day, and the chimes were on my shrine. I took a picture of that. I'll probably post that later on Twitter.
So we have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Wands.
And we have the Eight of Swords, and it's reversed. So we have the Eight of Swords again, and this time it is reversed. So
Two
what
knights.
do we got here? The Knight of Wands. Holy cow. And wait a minute, is that the, yes, the Knight of Pentacles. Well, I don't know, Violet Ann. I think work should be going pretty well. You know, it's possible. I don't know if you're thinking of changing jobs or looking for something else, because we do have that Eight of Swords there reversed. Or maybe you're just trying to liberate yourself from, you know, some really tedious activities that have been going on. But it looks as though financially and opportunity-wise, everything looks really positive. So if you're looking for a job right now, I think that the outlook's pretty good.
Right, I'm actually wondering if these are opportunities you may know of or be interested in, because I sort of see the dichotomy between them, like choices, that kind of thing. I don't know if that's what you're doing, if you're looking, if you're just wondering about work in general, because the Eight of Swords does seem to sound like you want to make a move.
Trying to get a new job, yep.
And right now you don't have as much information as you want. So maybe both of these choices or other choices really look really good. And your question really is about trying to figure that out. Which one?
Well, as you may suspected, so did I in a way, but I'm at least working till December, and I get to retire. So, I mean, you know, it's not the same, but the COVID does change a lot of things. So that's part of what's behind what's going on with me. But at any rate, I would say that the outlook is really good. So I would put the feelers out there, Violet Ann, because you may come across an opportunity that could bring you more money. That's what it looks like. It looks positive. Let's do some Lenormand.
Right. I mean, they are comings and goings, but basically in this instance, it would mean it's coming to you. We already know that one left you, so...
Well, you know, the Eight of Wands is kind of about your job loss in a way.
Yes.
You are now free and you are now liberated to explore other things. But of course, there's that unsureness about where you're going to go next, you know? I mean, when I think about it, if I do have to get another job, usually I haven't left a job until I had another job lined up. So going into retirement kind of like... it's kind of unnerving to me because it's like I'm used to having another job to go to. So I'm...
In a way, these sort of represent qualities, too, to me, because the one is sort of like the sure and steady one. The other one is sort of like, no, it's moving in quickly. And so the thing is it's going to seem like both for a while. It's going to be a little spastic. You know, you're going to seem like it's really moving quickly, and then it's just not moving quickly enough.
So the first card I drew was the Bear. And the second card I got in his expanded Lenormand is the, like, magnifying glass, spyglass, whatever you want to call it. So basically, I think you have to look for something that is going to bring you a lot of stability and security. You know, the Bear is all about that in a way, security and power, and also something that really empowers you, you know, that you feel good about doing. Don't, you know, maybe now is an opportunity. You know, I know you probably like many of us, we just need income. But the thing is that ultimately, even if you have to get something to get by, look for something that is going to empower you and make you feel really good about what you're doing.
Well, I also feel too that the looking glass is finding out things, is looking, is getting advice. And maybe Mama Bear here represents that person or that quality. It might not be an external, it might be within yourself. The person who mentors you best, where your deepest well of empowering wisdom comes from. Look for that. Maybe there's a person who you haven't connected with in a while and they might have the best ideas for you. Because it's more than just encouragement. I sort of feel like it's something, knowledge coming to you, that advice thing. Somebody may have it for you.
Well, I'm thinking the other thing is it might be telling you to really, really examine, look at those job ads, look at the different websites and things to find jobs, in the area you're interested in, because, it might be saying to look at the fine print, make sure you're not missing an opportunity that could be growthful for you.
A lot of times this card seems unexciting because it seems so methodical, but it's process driven, and maybe that's what research really is. When you're looking into something, when you're trying to find out something, and in this case, that's how maybe you need to handle your job search, is like really very precise and detailed.
And that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Alrighty.
That's looking very promising, though, I'd say, Violet Ann.
Yep, it does. Good luck.
I hope it's just a situation of, well, what do they say? Seek and ye shall find. Good luck.
So that means
Scott is
Scott's
up, and he
turn.
wanted a general reading for next week or beyond.
Okay,
So-
Scott. So if you are here, we are doing that general reading.
And then after Scott is Levi, Libra,
You're welcome, Violet Ann.
Irish, Angel, Rivera, and Lily.
Alrighty.
Oh my goodness, are we going to get done on time or early tonight?
Wow.
So join us Saturday for a pop-up live stream, I'm calling it.
It's going to be a hoot.
We're not going to be doing readings. We're going to spend an hour with you chatting and talking about, oh God, hopefully not like that, about our plans and talk to you, get some ideas from you. And hey, maybe we will do a little bit of tarot together. I'm not saying. And also, there will be a giveaway.
All right, Scott's back with us, so we're going to do your general reading right now.
Yep. Mr. Otis Shuffle for the next week or so. Hey, Angel Rivera, how are things going at work? Everything going smoothly? Since last we chatted? I hope so.
Alrighty, here we go.
Okay. Okay. Okay, interesting combination. We have the Lovers cards, it's reversed. But then immediately following, we have the beautiful Sun card, and it is upright. And then after that, we have the Four of Swords, and it is reversed.
Okay.
You want to
Well, the
take the
lover
lead?
reverse will often talk about, it's not like arguments in a relationship. It's more like some really big choices that are going on, and that maybe a person has to really look into themselves and decide what's better for themselves or what's not better for themselves. Hopefully the Sun really buoys you here, because the Sun represents aspects of a love relationship, but it also represents illumination, finding out things, and it's really a card of happiness. In some cases, it can represent children, new children coming along. So I'm thinking with these two cards, there may be some questions that are fundamental right now in your life. They may be dealing with your emotional life. Mostly what you have to think about is where the value of your life has been, to not make rash decisions necessarily, because I get the feeling like that's sort of on you in a way. With the Four of Swords reversed, there's something that's pulling you back into activity, and that maybe what's happening is this is all becoming more upwards in your life due to that somehow returning to a level of activity is providing this challenge or this consideration.
It's a Leo, if that helps. Oh, and that's the sun.
Well, yeah, that's the sun.
There's your card. Well, Scott, I'm looking at the Four of Swords here reversed, and I think that what it's indicating is you are coming out from a period of, I don't know if it's inactivity or holding back because of some past hurt, whether it's something physical like you were ill. Sometimes that card indicates that a recuperative period is over, but it could also be mental stress or emotional pain that you are coming back from now, and you're ready for action again. And so what I think the cards above are saying is to make sure that the choices that you make are for your greater good, that really are in your best interests. The sun is asking you to shine a light on what it is you need to be doing that will uplift yourself, and that will make your life better. And make sure you choose wisely, because Lovers is reversed here. So I feel like maybe you have been grappling with something in this regard.
And I just remembered that you're about 10 years younger than me, so you may be moving towards your second Saturn return, which is a very challenging time in everybody's lives, where a lot of times you look at the lessons of your life and you try to decide where you're going from there. So it could be some of that too, that pre-Saturn return. But right now we're going to do the Lenormand, which is an additional reading that gives a little clarity perhaps, or
maybe
shows something else. Or it throws us totally into left field.
Well, maybe not. So we have the book here.
Oh, wow.
And then we have that, the path or choices. Yeah, right, exactly.
This goes with that. This goes with that.
It's so clear. So you have some choices and decisions to make soon, I feel, that may be coming up for you in this next week, or maybe this process is beginning of starting to come back out of your shell, getting more active, and you're really going to have to choose, make some lifestyle choices here. And I feel that, you're going to have to do some. The book is here, so by the sun, you're going to have to do a little bit of self-examination and self-reflection and choose wisely.
Right. In a lot of decks, the Tarot Arcana, the Sun, will also show children opening a book. And the idea is the same thing, is you're receiving information. You're being illuminated to what your situations are. And mostly it's just a good thing. It just means you're finding out all the things you need to find out. Knowledge is power.
So basically, Scott, your success, because sometimes the sun is also about success, may lie in the choices that you make and, how much you want to dive deep and uncover what it is you're really seeking out there. And if it has really got your best interests at heart.
Alrighty.
That's what I have for you, Scott. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining our show. Hope you enjoyed that.
And being a a Facebook follower. See, I don't get on Facebook all that much. I do post some things there, our card of the day and whatnot.
All right.
Hey, Levi. Levi, you are up, and after Levi is Libra, Irish, Angel Rivera, and Lily.
And you're welcome, Scott.
You're welcome, Scott. Join us again.
Hi, Levi.
Oh, no.
It's been known to happen.
It has been known to happen. I hope it's not a bad spell, but, let's see. Want to do a yes/no on that?
Sure.
Should we use the Everyday Witches Tarot?
Go right ahead.
Okay.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate that. Would be good to see you again. And Levi, that's an interesting question because, of course, there's all kinds of real witches in the world. Mostly, I think that they're good-natured people and that they don't try to compel people to do things. So maybe it's just something you feel, but we're going to find out. We're going to see.
I mean, it's highly possible because there are people, you know, with a lot of negative energy and negative motivations. Some people can pray to do harm, and some people can cast spells to do harm. It's not a very big difference there, really.
In a way, that's just totally where it's at.
So let's see if we can't give you some advice on this, because even if they have, you know, there are things you can do to just protect yourself.
Whoa.
And everybody, don't forget to like the page if you could. We'd really appreciate it. All right. We're doing a yes, no, right?
Yes.
Well, it's leaning towards no, but I do sense maybe just a little trouble in paradise here. We have the Four of Wands, and that's reversed. And then we have the Two of Cups reversed. So I take it maybe, are you guys in some fight or argument or quarreling with each other? Is that what's going on here? Because I sense trouble in some kind of a relationship that is not beyond mending, maybe, possibly, but it does seem as though it's caused a little bit of a rift. What do you think?
It could just be that it's just a lot of bad vibes. That's one idea, is that really, if there is a problem in the relationship, maybe the girlfriend's mother's energy is just out there. I mean, sometimes people act out just for effect, and so if somebody is a little bit the sense of being witchy, maybe they play that up because they like that attracts a power to them. The other way of looking at this too is that just because they did cast a spell or did try to do something, it does not mean that it was effective. It could just be that maybe, like I said, they're just trying to make you think that for effect. But I do think that the real question, as Banshee has pointed out, is that maybe you want to, you know, examine the relationship and maybe see if there is something.
You don't talk to them, okay. Yeah, I see it's like a breakdown in communication here.
Yeah.
With the Two of Cups reversed. The Four of Wands is not a bad card either way. And that's why I'm saying, that's why I'm not seeing like the total harm being done to you by them. Like, I don't think they're trying to harm you, but I don't think that they're happy about you right now or like you.
A spell is a deliberate attempt to hurt you or to do something else. We're thinking we don't see that deliberate action, but that does not mean that they have ill will, because that's what we are seeing there, I think. So, and especially because you clarified it for us too. So we're sorry about that. But
well, I think that's going to continue, but let me just do a couple of Lenormand and see what we get on this. Curious here to see if I get, sometimes this can pull out some things about people's motivations. See if anything comes up.
I'm having a cough drop. And Don't forget, we're on Sundays from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as now Thursday. All right, Banshee, what do we got?
I have the birds. This is a very interesting card to get. And then I have the stork.
More birds.
More birds. And so what does that mean? There's, there could be some gossiping going on. There could be some talk behind your back on one level. But I'm almost thinking here, because this is a card of communication, basically, and the stork is a bringer of something new. Maybe it's not out of the realm of possibility at some point that some line of communication might be opened up.
It's either that, or else you are just moving beyond the relationship, or you're waiting for the time when the girlfriend's mom just really leaves it alone and lets you two figure it out for yourselves.
I almost like that, because I can see here how this is bringing some new focus, and maybe it's time to let go of, whatever the situation is with these people and walk away, because it looks like some positive newness could be coming here. I just don't see, even in this, that there is anything harmful being levied at you right now. So seek out another answer if something's going wrong for you, but I don't think it's them. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay. So that's what we had for you.
Thanks for the question. And we are moving on to Libra Cusp. Hey, Libra Cusp.
Hi, Libra.
You think they're trying to get rid of you? Well, I hope you don't. I hope you mean that in more of a, not a permanent sense. But just try to keep shields up and protect yourself. Whatever you believe in, that gives you that kind of power. Surround yourself with that right now, and know that you can overcome this. People only have as much power over you as you allow them to. So keep that in mind. Because your will is as strong as anybody else's when it comes down to it, or you can make that so. So Libra, let's see what we've got.
I'm going to use my deck for that.
Okay. Yep.
And you're welcome, Levi.
I'm going to bring out the old Golden Girls again. You're welcome, Levi. All right. Well, and for those joining us on Facebook and Twitter, I'm going to try to get something on Facebook. I got to be better with that. But I'm going to show off some new decks I got recently. I mean, they're not super new decks, but they're new for me. And so I'm going to be very excited showing them off and talking about them, because they're very cool. All right. Okay. I've been getting that card a lot today.
Is that the 8?
Nope.
6.
Yep. So we have the 6 of Pentacles, and it's reversed. We have the 7 of Cups, and it is reversed. And then we have the 10 of Cups upright. What's that other one did I say there? That's the
7.
The 7. So we have Six of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. Well, Libra, I'm looking at this, and I mean, the Ten of Cups is like happiness and bliss. So I wonder if this obviously doesn't mean that Joey has some very happy thoughts about you.
Why not? Why not?
Why not? But I also feel that, Joey needs to make up his mind about some things and maybe is getting closer to doing that. But the problem is perhaps he just feels right now on his own level that maybe he just doesn't have enough to give in a relationship right now.
These things seem to be what I would think here too. I'm not just saying it to agree with you, but I feel like there is maybe a situation where if things are measured monetarily, they don't feel that they're as productive or that they have as much to offer in that respect. But at the same time, it seems like there's a lot of love in their heart, and that almost it's the epitome of the best kind of relationship, or a family relationship, just loving, secure, that kind of thing. And that idea of the Seven of Cups, though, tells me that they finally have come to a conclusion about something, or that they've looked at everything else, and now they're ready to make their move, or they're ready to signal their choice.
Well, I see that, and like I said, I think they're feeling just a little bit insecure about their own position right now, or maybe they feel they don't, for whatever reasons, they feel they don't have enough to offer you, whether that's true or not. Sometimes just people have that little bit of lack of self-confidence.
And I see Elizabeth S. has joined us. Hi there. We can add you to our list. We're working on someone else's reading at the moment.
We've got about 3 other people after this one in front of you, but I think we'll be able to fit you in before we shut the show if you're interested in a reading, Elizabeth. All right. Okay, Libra cusp, let's see. I have the mountains. And I have the letter, the news. So, wow, there's a couple ways I could read this. But I'm wondering, too, if there isn't some problems with communicating with Joey right now. Either he's out of touch or out of reach, not responding, or there just seems to be some obstacles in getting information, maybe even about how he feels. He's not being totally upfront.
It could be that, but I think it's more like there's just some sort of obstacles, and maybe that could just be the busyness of life, or maybe there's a struggle there that just does preclude some amount of being on top of everything. But I guess some of this you will find out sooner than later, maybe.
Yep. That's what we have for you, Libra. I hope that helps.
Alrighty.
And hey, Irish, you are up. It is your turn, and after Irish is Angel Rivera, Lily, and then Elizabeth. Aha. Okay.
What deck? You said you wanted to use your Golden Girl?
Yeah, well, I did.
You want me to pick a deck?
No. But I'm thinking of the reading. So how do we want to do the reading? Do we just want to, why don't we just, should we keep on trying?
The 2 and 2?
Let's just do should I keep on trying as a yes, no,
okay.
And see what we get. Because that's going to tell us whether you should move on, I think. Are you chewing a cough drop?
I always do. It's like those Tootsie Roll Pops. I never quite finish them. I always have to bite it.
I bet people can hear that.
Probably. Sorry, everyone.
All right. Shuffle. Hey, that color is nice with your shirt, Mr. O.
I said that earlier. I guess you didn't hear me.
Oh, darn. I did not.
You know what that means. Once again.
Hearing aid needed?
Oh, no, I just think you don't pay attention to me.
The truth comes out.
But today, you get a pass on that because you're probably elated that you finally were able to get some things off your chest. Right?
Yes. You don't know how hard it is for a Aries with Gemini rising to keep anything in. It's hard. Anyway, I just kind of bear it all. All right.
This was going to be yes or no, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know. Well, okay, it is leaning towards yes, that you should move on.
I thought you said keep trying the first part.
No. Oh, wait, let me see. You're right. I did do the first part. I'm sorry. But is that what the first part was? Should I keep trying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is. I'm sorry. I meant that then. So you should keep trying. You have the Empress here. And this is really kind of interesting to me because, you know, the Empress could be a mother. The Empress could be, you know, just creativity, productivity, fertility. I feel as though there's some deep connection here. You feel like, you know, you should keep trying because there is still some potential for growth here. You wouldn't be trying so hard maybe if you didn't feel there was something to try for.
It's a really good sign in this question because the Empress sort of is the pinnacle of a happy life and a life that has a lot going for it in terms of achievement and all of those bases covered, you know, the emotional range, the material range, that kind of thing. So, yeah.
Well, thank you, Irish.
I
appreciate that. So, I mean, that looks really good, but that's not going to say that, you know, ultimately things will work out, but it is saying that you shouldn't stop trying. So I just want to look here a little bit at your road ahead, I think.
Sure.
If you are to keep trying. Shuffle. I just wanted to do that when you had a cup in hand. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm not going to do... Okay, maybe I will. I let it fall down its track. I said, are my readings accurate today? And I got...
What's it say?
Of course.
Of course.
It should have said you have to ask. But I guess it is saying that in a way. Oh, well, anyway. I just like playing with this thing. My friends, they know me well. Thank you,
All
Mara.
of you mean so much to us, too. You know, it just feels like it's a great gang.
All right, let's see here. You know, I did want to do this for a reason here because I suspected as much. So we have the Five of Pentacles and it is upright. We have the Four of Pentacles and it's reversed. And then we have the Sun and it's upright. And so, you know, I think it's not an easy road for you, Irish. You know, there's obviously a feeling and a sense of real loss here, you know, but maybe you really ought to be seeking out help or assistance or even the other person, you know, to really finally help you through this, help you see the light, help you see, is there hope still here or should I move on? The Four of Pentacles reversed almost feels like, you know, sometimes you have to let things go that you love and sometimes they return back to you when you do that. So I don't know if that makes sense to you in this case, but that I see here as well.
Right. Going through that period where you can really take all that in and really reflect on that leads to that, the idea where maybe you do just have to let it go, move on. But in doing that, maybe that's what brings the sun back. So it really looks to me like a lot of this is really about you continuing to grow in your heart and your soul, and knowing that, there's just any number of ways you can still give love to people. And sometimes you can give love and people will receive love in the manner that they can. And that's all sometimes you can hope for, is that sometimes love or whatever you're giving, is always given back the same way.
So if this is in regards to the journey of, what am I trying to say? The question, should you stay or move on? Should you stay? I think if you stay, you have to confront some realities here that, things aren't very clear and there is a loss of some sort, and maybe you have to accept that and let that go for a while. And it's possible either it could return. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And that's kind of what I'm getting out of that. I have the House card here, though, and I also have the magnifying glass again. And so I think what it's saying is to examine what's at the roots of all of this, Irish. Examine, I don't know, when I see the home, I'm thinking in this case it's you. I don't know why. But I feel that you should examine yourself here and why you are, still wanting to stay. Is there other reasons why you want to stay? What are the real reasons here that keep you attached? And then decide from there if you want to stay or go.
I'm going to go with that too. I just think that this just clearly says there's a lot of inner reflection that needs to happen. And that kind of just goes along with the sun to me too, because it's really a process of continuing to illuminate your life and to find out more things.
We're a hoot.
We are.
We are.
Woodsy owl.
2 hours a night is probably the most you want to deal with us. Anyway.
So thank you, Irish.
And that's what we have for you, and I hope that helps. I hope that gives some sense of clarity here. And Angel Rivera, you are up. Speaking of hoot.
All right.
And after Angel is Lily and Elizabeth, and we call it a night. And I think we'll be just about right on time, maybe a little over.
Right, so don't forget to join us if you can on Saturday, because there's some sort of giveaway, right?
There could be. There is. There's going to be some sort of giveaway on Saturday. Look ahead for September. Absolutely. One of your decks?
Yes.
You thought I'd never ask, right? Yep, so don't forget emotional exchanges tomorrow, material matters Sunday. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, now when I look at my material matters, there are specific things as a soon-to-be retiree I am looking for there. Like, how am I going to make ends meet, for one? But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And actually, I'm working on getting a lot of... Now I'm in the boat Mr. O was a few months back.
Good job, loser.
No, I'm talking about all the forms you had to fill out and all the information you had to find. I'm in that boat, Mr. O.
I'm still reeling from that, and I still have so much to do. But you have a couple years before you have to do the things I had to do, because I had to do SS stuff.
Yeah,
because I'm older than you.
I still have to do SS
but
stuff.
You won't really have to do it for...
No, the Medicare thing's the only thing I'm not eligible for yet. But I think we're going to need my SS checks, Anyway, just saying.
Of course you are.
Whether I want them now or not. Okay, September. Well, we have the 5 of Swords here, and it's upright. we have the Two of Pentacles, and that is reversed. Again, seriously, we have the Six of Pentacles, and it is reversed.
That's like the fourth time, I think,
in
today.
Different decks. Seriously.
Yeah, all different decks pretty much.
Yeah. So I noticed that pattern, and it just seems like, money is and material things are real issues right now. And keeping that kind of work-home life balance, it seems like, Angel, that's going to be a big part of the focus. And also, I don't know about this Five of Swords.
I see a lot of stress with that
here.
Five of Swords there. People getting edgy because maybe they're starting to sense that their jobs are going to be looked at, and maybe there will be more reorgs or more cutting. So I see a lot of tension in the workplace with that. I don't see anything that looks bad for you with that card, just that's an edginess around you, your coworkers or colleagues.
Yeah, and I definitely sense this is a total work vibe here.
Yeah.
Other than, obviously it looks to me like you might be carrying some of that stress home with you. So, be aware of that in September. It's going to be an interesting month all the way around, I think, as far as, it goes.
You're going to have some budget considerations depending on how things are working because, of course, too, as we're going into the fall, we're probably going to start being hit with more food costs rising and various other things rising. So, and this is for all of us, really. A lot of us are going to probably be finding we have to pay more out of pocket for certain expenses.
Yeah, so that's what I see so far. It's a matter of maintaining a balance there. And
The balance,
watching the money.
Yeah, this really does talk to that balance, I think, too. So it's... a lot is going on.
Well,
whoops, watch
oopsie,
it.
Sorry.
Risky.
I have the dice here. And I have the clock and time. And so, I'm wondering about looking at that combination and thinking about, where we work, Angel. And I'm thinking that there's risk. As time goes on through the month, I think things might get a little riskier. So, if you're worried about the COVID situation on campus and things like that, and things that might, upset the apple cart because of that, I think as the month goes on, things get a little bit riskier.
I'm going to just be contrary and say that my feeling is that it's a little bit of that, but that I feel that as the month goes on, that feeling of risk will stabilize. It might not stabilize halfway through, but maybe like about 2/3 of the way through. I just get the feeling like it is risk, but it will stabilize maybe more in the second half of the month. Just a feeling I'm getting. I'm hoping that's the right one.
Well, yeah, so either way, this month does not look too, it looks like it's going to have
edgy.
Its challenges, and it's definitely the workplace. So,
yeah, there's nothing here really talking about any
workplace
of your other
or
things,
money connected to the workplace. Yeah. And also, it's like we've been through this topsy-turvy environment of working from home and all these different things. And, and I know you are on campus more, but if students are actually coming back and they're actually coming in the buildings now, the work changes. And, you have to be ready for that kind of shuffling, to be dealing with people in person again and all that will bring with it.
Right, a lot of places are literally changing their guidelines or their protocols daily almost, or weekly.
Oh, hey, Allison. Thanks for joining us. I'm not really sure we can get you in tonight. I'll put you on the bottom, and if we can, we will get to you. But if not, try to catch us again sometime a little earlier and get in earlier on the list.
Right, we're normally on from 7 to 9, so we are in our last 15 minutes or so. But you can like us and subscribe, and you'll get a notification. We'll be on again Sundays, 2 to 4. And if we can't get to you, we'll try.
Okay, so we have Lily, Elizabeth, and Allison. So let's see what happens. Lily, you are up. If you have a question, now is the time.
And you're welcome, Angel.
Hey, you're welcome, Angel. Good luck over there.
And we're looking for Lily, right? It's Lily.
Yeah.
So I'm going to type them in.
You're welcome, Allison.
And Lily might have typed a question earlier. I seem to remember that. So I'm going to look back and see. My turn. Maybe not.
You know, that does seem familiar.
How will be my married life?
Really? You've got it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right, let's...
We'll
okay, Lily,
for
we
you,
see
Lily,
your
whether
question.
You're here or not.
Maybe if you join, if you come back to watch the video, if you're not here now, you'll catch it. So, your deck. We'll do this quickly, and then we'll go on to Elizabeth and Allison. And that's definitely it. I will not take another name tonight. I promise. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And if you're still here, do check out tomorrow my emotional exchanges. Probably going to premiere it and be there with Banshee in the chat room to talk to everybody.
But it's a video, so we won't be live streaming. It's a video recording of readings for the week ahead. Okay.
Alrighty. And so, Lily, what will your married life be like?
Well, wow. We have the Lovers reversed. We have the Nine of Swords upright. And we have the King of Cups upright. Well, every relationship, every marriage has ups and downs. There may be just some struggles and troubles in relationships from time to time. The King of Cups is ruled by their emotions a lot. So you may meet somebody who is very governed by their emotions. They could be a water sign. And so, sometimes they let their emotions get the best of them. And sometimes, that could cause some disappointment in your life.
I'm also wondering, too, if this is a person whose calling or path leads them to be benevolent and beneficent towards other people to the point where they're leaving you alone more because they minister to people in some way, and so they leave you more alone, and so they leave you more doubtful of where your relationship is because, in a sense, they're married to the world, or they're a person like that who just sort of has so much going on with other people that maybe they're not really the best suitable mate in a way. I'm not saying that this is really the fabric of a whole married life, but I get the feeling like this is a person really who spreads themselves around emotionally and maybe should also remember that they are married when this happens.
So thinking in those terms, there is some setup for disappointment here, but on the other hand, you have the power to choose, to correct that. I mean, you need to tell this person that you're not going to put up with that behavior. So
we'll do your question, Allison.
Yeah, we'll get there, Allison.
It's a good question, too.
So I think, whoa, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were...
No.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. So I'm thinking that really, Allison, it's a relationship.
This is Lily.
I'm sorry, Lily. Maybe that's what the problem is. Lily, I think the relationship is going to be having a lot of ups and downs, but hang in there. Let's see what this says first. We didn't do the Lenormand. That's why I wanted them there.
I just was clearing the room for them.
Well, really?
Yes, because they don't have to.
Because sometimes they all fit together. Okay, I see part of what the problem might be here. I think this person is going to be like a really, really loyal, good friend to you, but they're a little bit immature, and maybe they do like to socialize a bit too much. So if nothing else, you're going to have a lot of activity and a lot of people around you all the time. And sometimes I think you're really going to long for more quiet, more intimate relationship with your partner.
Right. You're married to the kind of person who is so larger than life in a way that maybe they're always engaged with other people, and so you don't get exactly the amount of quality time you would want with them.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what we have for you, Lily. And we will get to you, Allison. We are on Elizabeth right now. Hey, Elizabeth, you are up.
Okay, Elizabeth.
And I'm going to hand you that.
Okay.
Oh. And I'm going to pull this deck out again. What's coming next in your relationship? Okay. So you are in a relationship right now, or are you wondering about a future relationship?
Probably they are.
I'll let them answer that.
Sure.
But that's kind of what I'm getting. So what is the next step forward? Or where things are going?
There you go.
You're in one. Okay, thanks. Thanks for that. Okay. Let's see what the cards have to say.
And thank you for coming, Elizabeth. We're the best card readers because we're the best shufflers.
We're shuffling constantly. Yeah, and are you cutting? There you go. Thank you, Mr. O. All right. Are you serious?
We had it from this deck before.
Yes.
Interesting. So we've been getting this one card all night in all our readings, Elizabeth. I don't know if you noticed that. And now you have it.
The Six of Pentacles reversed. So there it is again.
Which is not the greatest card for money situations.
And then we have the Five of Wands reversed. And then we have the beautiful and hopeful Star.
You're going to be busy. There's some busy stuff going on.
Yeah, the five. Okay, so what's going on with your relationship? Well, you know, there might be a little bit of lack of cooperation, maybe. There might be some difficulties, you know, getting somebody to give a little bit more of themselves, perhaps. They're holding back in some way. But don't give up, because the Star is just showing that, you know, this will pass. This is just something that's going to pass. This relationship has a lot of hope behind it.
It may be that you're willing to overlook or deal with some of those situations because that's the depth of what you see with this person. Is the person really inspires you. The person really makes you feel like you have a life with them. And so to some degree, you might be willing to put up with a little bit of either immaturity or rash behavior, chance taking, and maybe, you know, not really totally feeling their commitment.
Mm-hmm.
It will deepen. It will deepen.
Yeah, I think that looks really good. Let's see what the Lenormand can add to that.
So in some ways, there's just something that's still maybe more superficial now in the relationship, but it may be moving to this point where it's going to deepen is what it looks like.
I do feel that way. I just feel like there's a struggle right now for, I don't want to say dominance, but there's a struggle right now between the two as far as maybe shared goals go.
Okay, sure. Which would also go to the competitive things with the Five of Wands.
I would not lose hope on this one yet, but of course, let me see what the Lenormand has to say. Wow. Well, the Lenormand gives more signs of hope here. We have the bear.
You're really the strong one in the relationship.
I think that too. And then we have the moon. And the moon can often indicate romance and relationship possibilities, connecting, good fortune there. And the bear just seems, it's like you could get a lot of empowerment out of this relationship. You could become a stronger person because of what you are persevering through this relationship. I mean, so long as there's nothing really harmful going on here from the other party, and I'm not really seeing that right now per se. I just see a lack of cooperation and maturity, perhaps a little bit.
So it may be that because you really are the stronger person and you're the person that has a vision, that moon is also insight too. You're really just going to have to try to set it straight in a way, and that maybe you're the one who really has the need to be the leader here. Or you have to decide where this really leaves you at, because maybe it's not a permanent relationship then, and maybe you have to come to terms with that. But right now what it looks like is you're the one who can make it stronger. You would have to do that work, but it could end up being something that will be better for you.
And if it's really inspiring you, I mean, if you really feel that, if you really feel that this is good for you, don't give up yet. Because I don't see this as being something that's a deal breaker right now in a relationship. It just seems like you have to come to terms and see if you can find a common ground with each other.
Every relationship is different, and there are a lot of things about me and you-know-who that are not exactly corollary.
And we made it how many years?
Right, and so the thing is you may be
right.
the person who really is the smart one and the one who kind of directs actions. And so it's really a matter of you feeling that, because this is a sign of self-empowerment too. If you're okay with that, then you probably will be able to figure out what the contours of your relationship should be.
Yeah. Hey, and that's what we have for you, Elizabeth. I hope that helps. Give you some advice. And good luck with that. And join us again sometime. And now we have a new person also, Allison.
Right, and Allison wrote their question, but if you are here, of course, you're welcome to weigh in.
Time. Do I have a happy future ahead? Love and career. Okay.
Okay, thanks for that information. Which deck would you like to use? And you're welcome, Elizabeth.
I can use this one again.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Drop in again.
You're welcome.
And we are almost right on the money.
Yeah, we're just a little into overtime today, I think. This last reading is it.
And we had fun tonight.
And we had a great time.
Yep.
I had a crazy day, so it was really wonderful to spend a nice evening with nice people. All right. There you go. Not that you're not nice, Mr. O. I did not mean that.
There's only one thing that could be better. Somebody with a biscuit.
Oh. Oh, you mean bark?
No problem, Allison.
No problem, Allison. Thanks for joining us.
And here we go.
I think we're going to do 3 cards and just see if love or career is focus here, or both. Let's see what happens.
Right. I like this deck.
Yeah, it's very nice. So we have the Ten of Wands, and it's reversed. We have the Nine of Wands, and that's reversed. They're all reversed, but, you know, that's not always a bad thing. But a couple of these are a little challenging.
3 of Cups.
So I would say the Ten of Wands is all about, you know, it seems as though burdens in some area of your life are now easing a little bit. If it's not in the family life, it will be, you know, with career. Maybe you'll find a job that really affords you more of the kind of work-life balance that you need, because it shows, you know, you working towards something that just is kind of a relief in a way, in some way.
Well, you've had to shift burdens, or you've had burdens shifted from you, that there was really a lot on your plate, and you really felt like it was just overwhelming, and you have managed to get away from some of that somehow. A part of that was changing your attitude, that maybe you said, I can't be handling everything, and I just have to let some things go. And that's what you did. You probably just said, I have to let some things go. And the Three of Cups reversed, that kind of, to me, is the sign of the postponement of your marriage, because normally when the Three of Cups is upright, it does talk about wedding happiness, marriage happiness. So with it reversed, it's saying there is a delay there. There is some unhappiness about that. But probably you really had to assume some other things to pull things together. Some of this could have been because of the recent situation with COVID, or it could have been other situations, just because the economy now is totally in the toilet. So a lot of people have to change jobs or have to rely on other monies to keep themselves going. So in general, your life shows that there's some changes and some challenges.
So it's funny you mentioned that, Mr. O, because I'm looking at that Nine of Wands, and I'm thinking to myself too, Allison, that this may indicate to me, that in order to get where you want to be career-wise, you may have to possibly, I don't know about get more education or more training in some area, because it seems like you have more prep work to do to get to the perfect place you want to be career-wise.
Right, especially if you've lost your job, or if those you're connected with have. You may have to retool. And so obviously that's going to be a bigger issue right now, because there's only so many resources for that. And I think that the postponed wedding and possible emotional happiness is a big thing to consider right now, because that's why it's there. You have to kind of come to terms with that. It's rough, but you can't let it be the whole coloring of what's going on in your life right now. You kind of have to pull through for this.
So I've been focusing largely on your career, because these are kind of enterprise career cards, except for the Three of Cups. If I had to look at this in a relationship or emotional sense, I feel as though what you need to do right now is try to, in your family life or your relationships, is dial down the stress levels in some way. Try to dial them down. And, one of the ways to do that is sometimes we don't prepare for future things. We don't put money aside for emergencies, or we don't think ahead about things. And I think this Nine of Wands is calling upon you to think ahead, to really be practical in your decisions. Because as far as your relationship goes and your future happiness, you have to be a better planner, and you're going to have to do things that will eliminate stress in your life. And another thing with the Three of Cups, sometimes the Three of Cups reversed to me can indicate overindulgences in things. Don't become too obsessed with either parts of these life, work over career, career over work. Don't let an obsession, mar the other side of your life.
Because what is happening with COVID and all the things related to that, a lot of us have to really reconfigure a lot of our lives, and that means actually going through things and saying, I can't have this anymore, because there's too much of an obligation to keeping it, or it's just not good enough for me to have anymore. It's a detriment to me. And so that could also be what this is too, is that within your personal life, your almost marriage, or the life that you have there, you may have to find ways to eliminate the things that don't work, or that are an albatross or a weight to you, that are holding you back, because you need to free yourself up so that you can look for those, prepare yourself for those other opportunities. What you got?
Well, I have the birds here, and I have the key. And so I'm getting the feeling here that the key to your happiness is going to come through some news or information. And for some reason, I'm thinking this is job related, maybe networking. That I feel that, maybe you're going to want to be in a career that, where you pass along information or you gather information, you do a lot of communicating with people, so it might be a career involving communications.
Is that from the birds?
Yeah.
What are they? Their talk?
Yeah, know.
News talk.
But I mean, if you're thinking about in terms of career or love or whatever, that's what I'm intuiting here.
Right, and I think that probably this reinforces the ideas of what these are, is that you have to continue refining and eliminating unnecessary things from your life to free yourself so that you can find these other opportunities.
Oh, you're a hairdresser, so you chat with people all the time. And the birds card, this is really funny, you'll find this funny, Allison, is a card sometimes that talks about gossip. So, you might hear some of the juicy tidbits in your, that's really interesting.
Well, maybe that is what the key is that somebody will pass on good news to you through that connection when you're able to do that. So just listen to where those words come from, because there may be a kernel of truth. There may be a key there for you.
Well, and the other thing is, if you are going to change careers or you are looking for another goal in life, sometimes you can get that hint by talking to the others that sit in your chair. You might get some tips on something that you may find worthwhile. So never rule that out, I would say. And that's what we have for you. At least that's what the cards have today for you, Allison. I hope that helps in some way. And I wish you the best.
So thank you for joining us.
And come see us again. And we're done.
We are done.
We're done with our show. I want to thank everybody today for coming and being patient with us and hanging out with us tonight on a Thursday evening.
Don't forget to check out my show tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
And don't forget to check out mine on Sundays. Not that we're competing.
Our show on Saturday. We'll be live on Saturday.
Live in the morning Saturday for a pop-up live stream,
and
just
you're welcome,
to chat.
Allison. Thank you for coming.
And Sunday for more readings, 2 to 4 p.m.
So, thanks,
Take care,
Angel.
everybody, and we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.